out. Just a second.
Crikey, Disky, you're stuck on our evening sign.
Hey, Disky, long time no see.
Hello, everybody.
Crikey, good evening, people.
This month we're having a lights, cameras, there theme, and for that theme, you guys may remember seeing one of Francis Seven's movies called Noob Hunter. We're going to be reenacting that movie here tonight with the Noob and the Noob Hunter's assistant here. And so they're going to be leading the way. Basically, we're going to be hunting for noobs. If you'll just follow the Noob Hunter's direction, you're going to be the gift stars on tonight's episode.
Put on my hunting outfit.
Alrighty. Disky, you want to start off the show?
I was waiting for the IM to pop up.
Well, crikey, I think we should do this part of the show outside of the IM, so I'm not blasting everybody's voice with my loud voice. That sort of was redundant.
Okay. Hi, welcome to the Noob Hunter's Wild Noob Experience. I hope you've all had your shots.
And thank you all for being here today. By signing up for the Noob Hunter's Wild Noob Experience, you will become a part of the adventure.
We're part of the landscape.
Which reminds me now to thank each and every one of you in advance for paying, well, in advance. I mean, thank you for making your contribution. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong emote. You ever do that? I feel like such a noob when I do that. Oh. Which reminds me to thank each and every one of you again for your contribution. That's what I was looking for. Contribution, which goes towards preserving noobs and their natural habitats and not my new Rolls Royce whatsoever.
Of course not. Your volunteer work and contributions help make our Caribbean yacht vacations possible.
Hey, what she means to say, crikey, we're off to a bad start already, is that we will be using it to transport noobs that we capture to other lands. I think Benny's upstaging me here. Now, after our series was abruptly canceled back in March of 2010 by some executive, the supply of noobs began to, will actually die off.
We're fairly certain that the cancellation of our program resulted in the extinction of noobs.
That's right, Disky. Probably the cancellation of our program did result in the extinction of noobs in there. We also believe in global warming.
We also believe in the Easter Bunny, the trickle-down theory of economics, and cake. Fortunately, we located some noobs in Second Life, and we coaxed them back into there.
I also personally believe in the Sacramento Kings will someday win the Super Bowl.
We need to revitalize other areas of their.com.
And since the noob has made this surprising rebound and is now flourishing again, this near extinction event just proves how important our conservation efforts are, or some crap like that.
We need to revitalize other areas of there, and we want to thank all of you for coming.
Yeah, our first attempt to drop off noobs in Karuna Plaza was, well, unfortunately, not very successful at all.
Next time, remember to land the boat before releasing them.
You know, crikey, I knew I forgot to do something when we were doing that Karuna Plaza event. Well, I guess that's all ancient history now.
And in today's catch and release, we will be seeking a herd of noobs.
I've heard of noobs.
Raise your hand if you've heard of noobs before. Oh, good. We have some experts with us.
Crikey. And all of you will be helping us to relocate those noobs to an island more suitable for their development. And that's just what they need. It is now time for your adventure to start. Now, one of these flunkies here...
Nature guide, honey?
Right, Disky. One of these nature guides will tell you how this show will get on the road, as I really wasn't paying any attention during this morning's briefings. By the way, should you have in your pockets any spare T-bucks...
Feel free to empty them into the donation box now, before the noobs get hold of them. You know they'll just end up with them anyway.
They have ways of separating you from your hard-earned greenbacks.
Yes, they're so cute when they beg in small numbers.
But watch out. They're begging can turn at a moment's notice into a demanding, cash-fueled feeding frenzy.
I'll be leading the way to the pack of
If you're
noobs.
not in the IM, let me know.
Everybody's in a boat and ready to go. We'll take off.
Is there any Fosters on this flight? I think I need a drink. Wait, maybe I can use a flaming banana. That's almost as good.
Alright folks, we're heading out.
And away we go. Off into the wild noob-filled yonder. Over the years, Disky and I have tried many methods of capturing these wild noobs.
If you have a whole big group of noobs, and you want to cull just one from the herd, a car is a good method.
Right, you are, Disky. Now, with us on this adventure, don't get all squeamish if you get in a car and plow through dozens of noobs just to get to that one Sheila that you happen to have your eye set on. Remember, they are noobs. Now, they don't feel pain like you or I do.
But the cars do not work well in the canyon situation. Hey Hannah, do you remember that tried and true method of rod and reel to hook noobs with?
Ah, that method was very effective. Amazing how easy it is to get them to bite down on a hook attached to a line, but reeling them up into the boat was very, very difficult. Did you all know that the average noob weighs just about as much as you or I do?
And they did look really funny dangling by their mouths from underneath the hoverboats.
It was all going really well until...
You accidentally hooked at their staff member and flew all the way to Moto before realizing he's not a noob.
Needless to say, he did not approve of that particular method of catch and release. But that's all right, as we're not going to use that method today.
These were covered in noobs. Alas, most of them went extinct. But with your help, we'll get more.
Right, because nothing says noob like a whole bunch of noobs. Right. Sometimes encountering noobs can be incredibly terrifying. Oh, Benny Rocks wants to teleport
Do not
away
accept
from a
that.
boat.
Do not accept that teleport.
Wasn't planning to.
I'm probably trying to mess up the trip.
Drop down into the canyon.
Yes, remember,
Okay.
once we get the noobs and we're releasing them, please lower your hoverboat completely to the ground before dropping your noobs.
Thank you for that reminder, Disky. I'm sure everyone needed to hear that multiple times this evening. Especially me. Now, as we approach the killing fields, I mean the happy hunting grounds, you may see a stray or two. Maybe a discarded book or a brochure will be marking their path like a spore trail. Sometimes a drop bag of dog treats will be there. These are all signs that point to one thing. A large herd of noobs may be just ahead. Now, when we approach the noobs, make sure you don't show any signs of fear. Noobs can smell fear from a mile away. There's one of them down there now. We don't want to stop for a single noob, though. We want to go on and find the entire herd. Yes, Disky, I've heard of noobs.
How'd you read my mind? I was thinking that. A cave, a form of early housing for noobs.
The average noob will be satisfied with just about anything. A white t-shirt, a pair of pants, a bag of dog treats. Ugh, dog treats. Don't be surprised if they want what you have, and want it bad.
Ready here?
On my
Okay, there
way.
you are. We see ya.
I was trying to corner them. Okay, I think I'm crashing because everything went gray.
Oh no, you're reverting back to old there. It was in black and white.
Oh, I remember that time. That beta was not much fun at all. Ah, speaking of betas, this...
Come on over here, Deb.
Ah,
You see my name tag, just land near me.
speaking of things, doesn't this place remind you of something, Disky?
Oh, it certainly brings back memories.
That's right. Memories of swooping down on a herd of unsuspecting noobs on a hoverboat in the early pre-dawn hours.
No, clearing up the bodies after you release them from the boat.
Oh, I love the smell of noobs in the morning. So about today's hunt, right. Tell them about it, Disky. I wasn't paying much attention at the briefing.
So for today, we're going to go with a traditional bait and trap. We're going to put some traps out. There's some traps out with clothes and other items that'll attract the noobs.
What were you saying again, Disky? I wasn't paying attention now.
Okay, this is where you guys will all come in. What we need you to do is herd the noobs towards the traps. You can use encouragements. You can tell them there's free stuffs in the traps.
Ah, that's
And
right.
you can even use your gun to shoot them in the correct direction to get them into the traps if they become shy and hesitant.
The average noob has an almost insatiable need to find clothing. They see it as a way of trying to blend in with their surroundings. So, when we set up those traps, Disky, what'd you put in them again?
Clothes, t-shirts,
Ah,
money.
crikey. Some of those noobs might not even realize they've even been trapped. So, once again, that's where you all come in. We need to herd the noobs toward the traps. Now, you can use, as she was saying, encouragements, or you can just tell them there's free stuff further down the canyon. The lobster trap. Nature's roach motel. Noobs check in, but they don't check out.
Now we have to corral the little rascals. And then it'll be time to transport them to the refuge.
Crikey, this should be exciting. All right, people, let's get to work. Crikey, Disky, I don't seem to have loaded my gun. You don't happen to have a spare on you, do you?
Oh, always keep a few extra.
Ah, thank you, Sheila.
There you go.
That'll be great.
I dropped it next to you, Francis.
Oh, even better. All right, what are y'all standing around here for? Let's go get 'em.
Remember, you're going the opposite direction.
That's the way. Head the noobs down to the free items. Yeah, free items, not traps at all. No, I can give you some of my paintballs. Don't worry, you don't feel pain the same way we do.
Okay.
There's no one here to help you now, noob. Haha, it's Friday. The staff's all going home for the weekend. Do I have a girlfriend? Yes, it's not you. Into the traps. Now, many people think that this is cruel and inhumane, but capturing and releasing these noobs into an environment where they can develop naturally is one of the things I enjoy about life. I can't even talk this evening. Well, this situation appears to be well in hand. That treasure chest and a buggy seems to have lured them right in. Good work, men. Just knock her right in. You missed the trap. Now, some people say that hunting noobs this way is inhumane, but frankly, this is the best thing for the noobs. They get transported to a place where they'll be happy and safe and can develop without all this obsession about items and buying things and money. Pretty soon those noobs will be upstanding members of society, just like you or I, except different. Disky, did we manage to round up all the noobs? Oh, wait, there still seem to be a few running about. Almost. You've almost got him. Get the noob into the trap.
Alright, do we have everybody?
Nope, I think...
Corral the little rascals. It's time to transport them to the refugee.
Yes, and then we'll release them back into the wild. Crikey.
Now, they may be hesitant to leave the trap with its supplies of clothes and items, but empty promises of T-bucks work very well.
Each one of you needs to pick out a noob and then
Bring
help it.
T-Bucks over here.
Not yet. And each one of you needs to pick out a noob and help it to a hoverboat for the relocation process. Now, if you're talking to noobs one-on-one as individuals, they can be quite tame. It's only in a group that they become dangerous and frenzied.
And lead your noob to the waiting hoverboat. Remember, you can always shoot them if they get out of line.
Right.
Did they get forgotten?
All right, everybody, let's get a noob and get to the chopper. That didn't sound quite right, did it?
They got a noob chopper. Must be messy.
Don't.
Okay, I got one.
Well, I have to get you in a hoverboat.
Yeah, these things are great with a couple of bubble traps. Throwing in with them.
Here we are, Joshua. Just hop on this hoverboat.
Everybody got a noob?
I got one.
Okay.
There's still noobs in cages.
Some of them to me? How do I get them?
Just coax them out.
Tell him you're going to give him some T-bucks.
He did. He wouldn't listen to me.
Just have your hoverboat near the cage and coax them out to get on your boat.
I think I released mine back into the wild. I don't see him anywhere.
I'm gonna fly
Yeah,
over
false
Francis to
home.
make sure they're all adopted.
It's not a permanent adoption. And you don't have to run any of the background checks. It'll be fine. I've been through this process dozens of times. We'll just be releasing them once we get to the next island.
Hop on, Jim.
Now to hop onto a boat, there's a little round tag with a triangle in the center.
I see somebody below us. Is he one of ours?
It's called was that not a noob? I apologize. Now, should if any of your noobs get bored, which is often a common problem when noobs riding on a hoverboat, you can just offer them the reward of a free drink once you get to where we're going. Since they're not in this IM, they won't know any different. I mean, you can give it to them at the end if you want to.
Wow.
You can also entertain them by sending them emotes.
Sometimes you can give them a their doc or two with behavioral techniques. I mean, fun things to do, that is. Lists or links to events, those sorts of things. It appears that some of the noobs have learned to emote, especially the noisy ones. Hopefully they'll stop soon.
There are zombie noobs been found in the taboo area, so be very, very careful when walking through it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to step on something that one of those zombie noobs left behind.
This looks like a great place to leave them off.
I said, this noob here is, on my wing is telling me she's Michael Wilson's babysitter.
Crikey.
Alright, folks, once you're out of the fog of Taboo, then head south, and we'll be going to Pays.
Which is a great island for the noobs to develop normally. Well, Motu Motu's a bit far to take them to this evening. After all, most of you have other events to get to. Plus, it has an awful lot of signage, and most of our noobs could use some practice at learning how to read anyway. By the way, as long as I've got a captive audience, I might as well remind you that Noob Hunters Seasons 1 through 5 are available now on DVD through Amazon.com. Each one comes with a special one-episode narrated track by both Disky and myself, where we reveal some of the secrets about how we made the original Noob Hunter episodes. Occasionally, we did have to do some things to provoke the noobs into some of their responses, and some of those things were perhaps a little bit unethical, but they certainly were a lot of fun, weren't they, Disky?
We drop them on the deck
Oh,
and
dear.
push them off.
We seem to be hitting rough weather.
Oh, crikey. Oh, here we are.
Here we are. Okay. Oh dear, we've had a few.
Now it's time to set the noobs free. Probably best thing to do would be to, yeah, as you're suggesting, push them off. Unfortunately, we don't have a push emote in there.com, so you could probably just tell them that there's some free ice cream right over the edge. Most of them don't understand the concept of the horizon, and
I need a
probably will
salmon.
probably
I
walking.
need a salmon, please.
That was fun.
It looks like some of the books you were giving out to the noobs have worked. They're now starting to emote all by themselves. All right. And now we release them back into the wild where they can develop normally. Crikey,
This one I'm gonna give a push.
Crikey. You know, that shooting of that noob reminds me. I almost forgot to mention tomorrow's adventure that we'll be having. You may all want to sign up for tomorrow's special noob hunt. As part of our conservation efforts, we need to check on the health of these that we've just relocated and release. So tomorrow, we'll be traveling back to this very island and wrestling away some urine samples and specimens from these here noobs.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
I
all
won't be
help.
here for that.
That's
Sorry.
right. You can do all the work yourselves. Wait, why are you all staring at me like that?
I don't like the way that noob's looking at me.
Crikey, I think we'd best get out of here and leave them to develop as nature intended. I think they're getting into one of those begging frenzies. Quick, everybody, get to the chopper!
I was generous. I gave both my noobs 2 T-bucks.
Run away!
I think it's time to leave.
Quick, before they get your T-bucks. Crikey, well that's about all the time we have for this episode of the Noob Hunter. Until next time when we're going to wrestle some urine samples away from some noobs, I'm the Noob Hunter and, well, Disky's in another boat. I hope she escaped. That would be awful if she didn't. Anyway, this is the Noob Hunter saying goodbye from now from there.com.